This is what you need to know now. The deadly turn in the parasite outbreak linked to lettuce. An arrest in the most destructive wildfires in Washington state history. And Ariana Grande speaking out about why she's stepping away from the spotlight. I'm Maggie Rulli from ABC News. It's Tuesday, August 4th, and this is what you need to know. Let's get right to the big story. The parasite outbreak linked to lettuce has turned deadly after 2 deaths were reported in Michigan. Officials say both people had significant underlying health conditions, and doctors say the risk of death is extremely low. Nationwide, more than 18,000 people have gotten sick in 45 states. The FDA has linked the outbreak in Michigan and 8 other states to iceberg lettuce sourced by Taylor Farms in central Mexico and served at some Taco Bell restaurants. A suspect has been arrested in connection with a massive wildfire in Spokane, Washington. Authorities say the 37-year-old was seen on Saturday near some grass and that he was found with waterproof matches and a lighter. They believe he may have started one of the fires. No word on if he's entered a plea. The fires around the city are the most destructive in state history, destroying about 700 buildings, a number that is expected to climb. Calmer winds are helping fire crews, but it's expected to be hot and dry again this week. President Trump says he's disappointed with U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro for dropping her case against former Olympian David Hearn, who was charged with vandalizing the newly renovated reflecting pool. After Trump spent nearly $15 million in taxpayer money to paint the pool blue, the paint started peeling. Trump blamed vandals, but provided no evidence. Authorities arrested Hearn, who had stopped on a bike ride and dipped his hand in the water. But Pirro dropped the charges Friday, acknowledging documents from the Department of the Interior that indicated the damage was, quote, the result of a botched installation and not vandalism. The president says he called off plans for a massive attack on Iran over the weekend and is giving Tehran one more chance.
I want to give them every last chance before decapitation. They called me and they said, please don't attack, we'll make a deal. That's the real truth, and everyone knows it.
Iran denies any talks with the U.S. are underway, but Trump claims the Strait of Hormuz will be fully reopened as soon as today. High oil prices triggered by the war are driving up earnings for major American energy companies. Chevron's second quarter profits jumped nearly 400% compared to the same time last year. And ExxonMobil also saw a major surge. President Trump lashed out, saying they're making too much and urged them to cut prices. Gas prices have soared to more than $4 a gallon, up $1.13 since the start of the war. The number of cyber attacks targeting U.S. water systems is growing. Sources say at least a dozen states are reporting that they've been impacted. Iran is suspected of compromising the water facilities, changing passwords, and disabling alarms. But so far, there have been no widespread disruptions. Ohio Congressman Max Miller's lashing out amid growing calls to resign over domestic violence allegations. Miller addressed a post to Republican Senator Shelley Moore Capito defending himself following a report that she believes he should step down. Miller says, quote, I will not validate false claims by removing myself just to please the court of public opinion. Miller's ex-father-in-law, Senator Bernie Moreno, claims Miller is unfit to serve. And former White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham, who once had a relationship with Miller, just filed for a temporary restraining order against him. One of the armed men who fired back at the gunman outside of Idaho In-N-Out is speaking out to ABC News. Investigators say 35-year-old Jordan Salinas and an off-duty state trooper drove the shooter from the scene, likely saving lives. 3 people were killed and 7 more were injured in the attack.
He seemed unusually comfortable aiming that rifle at those cars, and then as soon as some rounds started coming at him, everything changed. Immediately, all that bravado he had immediately crumbled.
Salinas says he's been training every weekend for 5 years on how to respond to an active shooter. Now to some quick hits, other stories we're following today. Video shows the dramatic moment a man was pulled from a construction truck just before a train crashed into it at a Pennsylvania crossing. Officials say the red truck became stuck on the tracks after colliding with another vehicle. The Neptune Fire Company says the driver was cleared from the truck just 16 seconds before impact. The driver was not hurt. A firefighter and a bystander helped get him to safety. A close call at Yellowstone National Park was caught on camera. Video shows a group getting too close to a bison before a child suddenly takes off running. The bison briefly chased after the child, who was not hurt. Now, this incident comes just weeks after a man was thrown into the air by a bison in the park, suffering multiple broken bones. Ariana Grande is speaking out after announcing she's taking a step back from the public eye. The Wicked star also confirmed she's withdrawing from next year's production of Sunday in the Park with George.
The announcement that was made yesterday was not a reactive or impulsive thing. It is something that I had decided. It's a plan that I had quietly made a long time ago. And I heard that my fans were worried that negativity was ruining things for me. But I just have to say, that could not be more the opposite.
The Grammy winner went on to say that setting boundaries is important and that sometimes everyone needs a break. And now, one more thing before you go. Myspace may be making a comeback. The brothers who own the social network say they're planning to relaunch it, and they're just waiting for the right moment. Myspace was the biggest social network in the world in the 2000s, famous for custom profiles, autoplay songs, and of course, the top 8 friends list that started plenty of drama. The owners say they want the new version to feel different from today's algorithm-driven apps. No word yet on a launch date. And that's what you need to know. For breaking news and live updates throughout the day, check out ABC News, streaming on Disney+.
New episodes streaming every day only on Disney+.